Hey there, friend. How are you? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. Let's check in, Pisces, and see what's going on in your energies. Well, definitely, I've noticed a lot of technology issues. Obviously, for me, I spend a lot of time on tech. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing anything of that nature. I think there's something happening with Mercury and potentially Mars right now at some point. So let's connect in. Let's see what's going on, how we can support your journey right now, Pisces. Current energy, we've got the Emperor energy. Okay. So you could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with a boss. This could be you. But yeah, let's unpack and I'll dive in to get an overall picture here. Let's have a look what's crossing this energy right now. We have got, wow, they all want it to flip over. We've got the Lovers. Wow, okay. What's influencing this? We've got the Six of Swords. We've got the Chariot. So that's the past as it's impacting today. Queen of Pentacles sitting in the headspace. Just move this down a tad. Okay. Near future. We have got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Your power in this situation. The Seven of Swords. What's happening around you? Interesting. The Devil and the Two of Cups. Okay. Your hopes and fears is the Strength energy. And potential outcome. Ace of Cups. This is lovely. All right. Let's see what's going on, Pisces, because there's a little bit of interesting energy showing up here. Now, the current energy, we've got the Emperor, and crossing the Emperor is the Lovers. So a couple of things. There's a couple of different scenarios here that's coming in energetically. Obviously, this is a general read, so only take what resonates for you. Not everything's going to resonate, and this just may not be your story. But connecting into the Pisces here at the moment, there seems to be either someone that could be making some decisions or controlling some form of relationship right now, or that there's some work and impact here around a dynamic or around a partnership. Maybe someone's is just feeling a little bit controlled or wanting to take control of the situation here. Or maybe someone's got to make an executive decision around a relationship. And that could be like you're in a relationship. Maybe there's having a look here, maybe there's something around travel. Maybe there's something, it could be as simple as someone taking charge and handling something in the relationship. But whatever this is around control, it doesn't necessarily mean a negative thing. Okay, for some of you, this could be about someone who needs to handle, step up, and take action in a certain area of this dynamic to perhaps get things done, make a move, make a decision, whatever else. Maybe someone here is dealing with, some challenges around a relationship and not sure how they're feeling, but someone needs to make a decision for themselves. So again, I feel like this could be a bit of a realization here of how are we going to handle a certain situation. And if this is not directly related to a relationship, this could be just looking at a partnership overall, whether, this is supportive, whether this is stable enough, whether this, someone here is really driving something forward, in a positive way. Because as we're seeing in terms of the influences of Six of Swords, so I feel this is also letting us know here, whatever changes are happening or whatever steps forward or whatever, where something may feel, why I'm saying controlling is someone's taking charge here. And I don't know if someone's taking offense to that or if it's a supportive thing. That's only you can discern around it. But I feel like whatever's been challenging this dynamic I feel it's someone here who's trying to help really put things into a good place, to calm things down, So it ties too naturally with friends, with relationships, with the workplace. There is someone who usually has a bit more of a dominant energy to handle things or to fix things or to manage things. And you might find in this situation that's what someone's trying to do, to take care of things right now. So just be mindful, or maybe have a bit of a open up of perspective here on what that is about. If someone is taking control and it's uncomfortable and it's confronting and it's not making you feel good, that's a totally different story. I think this here, it just seems like someone's trying to help, and maybe it's coming across a little bit in the wrong way. But it seems like there is a driver also for some of you around your work and being focused on something that could also be challenging the relationship a little bit, or having to make a significant decision that could impact the relationship or partnership. But what I see here is maybe a lot of you have moved, have traveled at some point in time, right? That maybe some of you have a new job or a new opportunity or new something in play here right now, but maybe the travel's a lot. Maybe you're recognizing the travel's a lot. Maybe you're recognizing the distance a lot. Maybe you're recognizing you need to go a bit of a different direction. There's some realization here about that's coming into this overall dynamic. And it seems to be more about travel and direction and how to take care of something. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles in the headspace, this seems to be about the stability. Someone's really looking at what is the stability here of this overall? And this seems to be coming more from a feminine perspective, or someone's concerned more about the feminine. So it could be, a mother figure. It could be someone who's a single mother. This could be someone who's trying to take care of their career, their finances, and the stability of the home. So that seems to be what's on the mind here. So as I said, maybe some of you are traveling a lot right now to achieve a certain goal, and maybe it's taking a little bit of a toll on some other dynamic. But what I'm recognizing as well in the near future, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, as we know, the Wheel of Fortune is about karma, is about destiny, is fated, usually a fated turn of events to support you, okay? Now, with this is interesting because, again, I feel like it's like someone's trying to drive something forward here, to go a bit of a different direction, to change something up. And again, it seems to be around either the home front, the stability of something, the financial component of something. I'm seeing that something is going to shift here for you. So some of you could be moving home, moving jobs. But whatever this change is, I feel the change wants to be made to support overall dynamics, but it could be challenging it right now. But your power in the situation is something about your plans, the way that you're thinking, the way that you need to look at this and move forward. It's interesting because I feel for some of you, you may know information about your past. I don't know why this is coming in, that maybe you feel... There's something I feel that I keep getting here about your past that you know, or that you've learned, or that you've uncovered, or you know how to handle in terms of the direction. So this is your power, but I feel this is more a strategic way of moving something forward, okay? So this is getting, all your ducks in a row, looking at every angle, looking at, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and making sure you've got everything in place as best you can to move something forward or drive something forward. Because this feels like a bit more of a strategic move, Pisces, versus, there's something going on just maybe romantically around feelings. This is not about that. This seems to be bigger picture thing right now for you, or for this relationship, or for this home front or career. Now, in saying that, in terms of what's going on around you, again, you've got the Devil and the Two of Cups. You do have the Lovers here. So there could be someone that's deeply on your mind, or this connection really takes a significant toll on something here. Maybe someone's working a lot, and like I said, travel could be a factor. Maybe you're not seeing someone. Maybe you're seeing someone overwork, overproduce. I don't know. There's someone that's doing something in excess here that is impacting a dynamic, and we can kind of see it here because the Emperor can also be someone who works a lot, who's taking charge in something. So there seems to be a little bit disruption of that. But for some reason, it wants to keep bringing me back to here about something that you know. I think I'm going to have to dive a little bit more into this Seven of Swords, something that you know that is your power in this situation. But your hopes and fears is that you can handle this, that you can stay maintained, you can make the right decisions, you can be confident in your decisions. That's how this is coming across. And in terms of the outcome, you got the Ace of Cups. So this is really positive in terms of where you're heading. There's this new emotional emergence happening around this situation. So I feel like you've got a fresh start coming in, but there's a lot of strategic or a lot of moving parts with this. Let's have a look a little bit more at this Seven of Swords and what we need to know. So straight up is the Eight of Wands. So there's some communication potentially coming through. What is this about? The Knight of Wands. For some of you, just to be mindful, you may have someone in the mix here. I'm just going to put it this way. You may have someone in the mix here who is coming across as super friendly, wants to chat, wants to get to know you, wants to connect in. They could be a bit younger than you or have a bit more of a childlike energy. But I feel like they could be trying to challenge a relationship with the masculine. This is just coming through. So again, only take this if it resonates, or you're potentially coming into something this week where you may have a meetup or a connection, or you're going somewhere. And maybe you're finding right now that things have been okay in some dynamic or in a certain place that you're at. Again, work, friends, group, family, relationship. And I feel like things are being pretty cool, calm, collected, smooth. You kind of know your place, or, how things, and when I mean know your place, like where you sit in your life, what makes you happy, where you feel most connected. But you may have like a little bit of a challenging component in terms of the relationship where someone is getting a little bit too fresh in sharing some form of information. But this is where there's something here you need to trust, that maybe someone has, or is going to throw some words, conversations, comments, whatever it might be, to challenge your thinking and to challenge your trust in a situation. And I think you need to be a little bit more aware. Again, it's a younger energy, or they come across a bit young and like... It's interesting. I'm getting like they might have a little bit of spiritual swagger, meaning, they're connected to themselves. They come across grounded, but they still have this fresh, fun energy. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like someone could be challenging you, like, I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm more liked than you. I don't know what that's about, but there's something about it. And not necessarily a jealousy component, but how someone just wants to like give you a little jab to see what you do. And I think this is where this is coming in, because maybe someone is a little bit obsessed about your relationship or your connection or what's happening, and maybe they're a bit too interested. But this is the hopes and fears is like, maybe you're expecting this or coming into a situation where you have to see someone and you don't want to be dealing with them. But it is what it is. I don't know. I feel like this is impacting a connection for you right now. Some important relationship. So whether it's work, whether it's love, whether it's a best friend, someone at home, someone that you're in partnership that has a significant meaning to you. I feel like you're being asked right now, or what you're worried about is that you can keep the peace for yourself and stay contained rather than kind of losing your shit a bit. not that you do, Pisces, but I think if someone pushes you enough, you're very good at needing to say what you got to say. But I think you're also someone who doesn't need, what battles to really fight at the same time. So I feel like that's probably where this stir up is. You guys, I feel, are on a good thing, focused on yourself and something important to you. You feel like you're on a smooth path right now. But there's a few things coming at you, or a few directions that you're experiencing or trying to strategically go towards and build and create. But I feel like you're getting a little spanner in the mix. And I feel like it's a little test in time. But the Seven of Swords, to be here in your power, means you play smarter. You know better. This is not a new experience for you, but I think this is a test of time of how you can handle this situation. It's really interesting, to say the least, but ultimately at the end of the day, you know your place, you know what's true, you know what's connected, and you know what has meaning, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise or try to challenge that. And I think that's going to be an important matter for you coming through this week. So yeah, just be mindful of that, because this person, I don't know, I feel like they're throwing a little bit of game at you to see. Maybe someone's trying to rock a boat, going, how serious is this relationship, or how serious is what you've got or what you're building or where you're going. I think someone's trying to challenge that and find out more, or pretend they know more about this person, whatever it is. So yeah, hold your strength, Pisces. Stay maintained, stay controlled, choose your battles wisely. But you got this. You're a little smarter. When someone's a little perhaps obsessed about you or situation, you can tell they're just too interested to be giving respectfully a care to this. So it's like they're too interested or spent too much time about you. It's like they've studied you or learnt you or looking underneath. And it's just like, why? Like, you're not even that important to me. Why are you going to those levels? So just be mindful. Someone could be a bit obsessed about your relationship or some partnership that you're in, or friendship or significant connection. But you're good here. But this is going to be, I think, part of the hopes and fears, which is also coming up or showing up as potentially a little challenge for you that you can manage and flow. It's like something's coming up. So really interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Much love, friend. I'll catch you later. Bye.